Hey everybody, I'm Jordan Skopp, realtor, wannabe do-gooder, and self-proclaimed czar of destructive driving, taking on all brands of in-car distractions. Human beings are easily distracted. Some of us have the attention span of a Cocker Spaniel. Woo-hoo! We are living in distracted times, a time of multitasking. Some of you are checking your email and text or social media even while I speak. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing it. You may not even realize that that's what you're doing. No one is immune. None of us. We're all distracted, with millions of thoughts running through our brains all the time. I've decided to dedicate this portion of my life to saving lives by taking on all brands of in-car distractions. The answer to this predicament lies within. I'm calling on a group effort to make individual, personal change. Every one of us needs to change and do something to improve in the struggle against the powerful forces that are spending marketing dollars to compete for our attention. We all have our idiosyncratic ways in the car of coping with this constant barrage of distractions. Is anyone keeping their cell phone in the back seat or out of plain sight? Are we too undisciplined to not peek and put down the phone? Even at red lights? Abso-effing-lutely. I think maybe we are. We cannot trust ourselves. To varying degrees, we are all dysfunctional. And every distraction is an opportunity for somebody to sell us something, like on those radio sports or politics shows. We've got Joe from the shore calling from his car phone. Watch out for that 16-wheeler, Joe. Next is Pete from Staten Island. But seriously, shouldn't the sports radio hosts be instructing their large listening audiences, 45% of whom are listening in cars, to be legally parked when calling in to discuss politics or sports? And it's not just the sports radio industrial complex. All other corporate complexes and content providers also want to take our attention away from the road and encourage us to drive distractedly. Remember Quibi? What was that about? In 2020, they had 2 commercials in the Super Bowl. Quibi launched original programming only watchable on the phone. But the billion-dollar media play crashed and fizzled faster than the 10-minute limit of original content that you were supposed to watch. Seems they outsmarted themselves. Drivers chose to indulge instead in the distracted recreational playground of HBO Go, Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu, all with the option to be watched on your phone. Sure, you don't have to watch it on your phone when you're driving, but you can. And surely these companies fully expect that a significant percentage of their audience will. These providers have collectively spent billions of dollars on content. Would it be a big deal for them to dedicate a small portion of funding to remind us to watch responsibly? As for Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and others, yes. My phone occasionally asks me if I'm driving, but only sometimes. What's up with that? The message is easily circumvented by saying, no, I'm not. March 2021 was Distracted Driver Awareness Month for Verizon. Did any of you know it was Distracted Driver Awareness Month? I guess driver awareness isn't that important to them the rest of the year. The telecommunications companies all have websites that say, don't be a distracted driver. But why would anybody go to a website like that? They're doing the absolute minimal requirement, and their half-hearted commitment seems obligatory and is ineffective. Who are they kidding with their phony charade? I propose that these companies be called out for not being good citizens, the moral and ethical thing to do. Because let's face it, these companies have not shown any regard for public safety. Look at these commercials that are clearly targeting 200 million potential distracted drivers. Yes, it is difficult to believe. What has the world come to? They are selling cars that actually encourage distracted driving. They're paying ad agencies to come up with this. Look at these young women taking selfies while driving. This kind of behavior should be discouraged. It should become unlearned, and instead it's being celebrated as the norm. Sports gambling is the latest craze in our culture of distraction. Now with gambling on your phone and money on the line, sports gamblers are getting notifications and distracted constantly about their in-game wagers. Talk about a recipe for tempting distractions. Now you can gamble while you're in stop-and-go traffic. The list of distractions like these are long, but enough examples. It's time for action. I'm creating a support group for like-minded safe drivers to stand up against distracted driving. Because lost lives and broken hearts are more than mere distractions. I know there are millions of us out here who just want to pay attention to the road, drive safely, and arrive successfully to our destinations. I hope that you will consider joining a group that is committed to cleansing toxic behavior from behind the wheel, like consumption of entertainment, personal and business calls while driving. Millions of drivers like you and me need to come out with the courage to confront our better judgment and not be shamed. There's no need to give in to peer or corporate pressure and go along with this kind of disturbing behavior. When somebody calls from their car, it's okay to say, "I can't speak with you right now. Please call me when you're not driving." Safe driving is something most drivers can get behind, right? It's okay for you not to speak to someone when they're calling from the road. It's more than okay. It's the responsible and safe thing to do. Go cold turkey. No withdrawal symptoms. Enough. Quit while you're ahead. Give yourself an option to opt out of your own bad habits and feel damn good about it. Pay attention to the road when you're driving. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by phones or anything that will make driving more dangerous. You can change your behavior. You can change your lifestyle for the greater good. All you have to do is do it. I've chosen to devote myself and my resources to starting this conversation because let's face it, somebody needs to do the right thing. Let's change the world starting now. And remember, distracted driving is really destructive driving. I'm Jordan Skopp.